Good morning, everyone. So today I wanted to share two things with you before I show my video. The first thing is this series that I want to start doing, which is called the Saturday Morning Share. So what I'm planning on doing is twice a month I'm going to upload a video that shares some sort of crafty project or some sort of great storage idea that I just came across. And I'm committing to twice a month. I might squeeze in another couple Saturdays in there, but twice a month I'm going to commit to doing this. The next thing I wanted to share with you guys is the haul and share, which this video is going to be about. So a haul and share for me is I've showed haul videos before, and oftentimes I've seen myself and others share the products and the ideas that they kind of have for using the products. But what I want to do in this video is show you the haul video, which I pre-recorded when I first got the stuff, and then show you a share video that has all of the cards and or projects that I put together with that haul, those haul items in one video. That way you get to see not only what the products are, but what you can actually do with them. Plus it keeps me accountable to make sure that I actually use all the stuff that I'm buying. So that's what today's video is going to be. So first I'm going to start off with the actual haul video that I recorded a few weeks ago, and then I'll come back and do the share. All right, thanks everyone. So I just wanted to do a haul for some stuff that I just bought from Simon Says Stamp. So I'll go through my pile one by one and kind of show you what I was interested in purchasing this time. So for embellishments, I purchased these sequins. So I've got the pearlescent clear type sequins. Sequins are really big right now in card making, so I wanted to give those a try. And then I also bought the colored ones just for a little bit of contrast and some additional interest on my cards, or even my scrapbook layouts. So that was one of my purchases. I also bought some wood veneer from Studio Calico, die cut, so they're hearts and arrows, which pretty much can be used on cards, Project Life, so I thought that was a good purchase. It's a good collection of 79 pieces. I also am adding to my Avery Elle stamp collection. I really like this ink, so I purchased another color. This is Rasberry. I have a few of the other ones in the collection, so I added one more. In terms of dies, I purchased two dies from Paper Smooches. This one is a congratulations one, and the other die has some other common phrases like celebrate, cheers, happy birthday. So I thought that was some good die sets to have in my collection. So this one's birthdays and this one's just plain congratulations. I also bought a stamp from Paper Smooches. I've been looking to buy more stamps that have, that give me the ability to color. So, and practice my coloring. So this is a Paper Smooches stamp set called Party Pals. And I thought the cat and the rabbit were really cute. And again, most of my cards are birthday cards, so this will be really good for making cards. I also bought the Party Animals stamp set. So there's some really cute animals again for coloring. Images are great, and they have some really great sayings like happy birthday spring chicken, you're an old goat, happy hugs and kisses. So very cute stamp set. And then in addition to that, I also bought the die set that matches two of the animals, which again I thought was a really cool compliment for birthday cards. And I bought a Simon Says Stamp, their traditional happy birthday. I have the happy birthday stamp set, so this die will give me the ability to stamp and cut out the various happy or birthday. So I thought I'd just add that to my collection as well. And lastly, I bought a stencil. This stencil is called the Extra Large Dot Stencil. And I'm looking to get it. I thought it was really great for backgrounds. I'm going to try some Wendy Vici paste on this and maybe some inking through the stencil. So I've got some great ideas, things I want to try. So I've been waiting for this to come into stock, and it came in stock. So that was kind of the thing that started my whole purchasing spree. So, and yeah, that's it. Large dot stencil. Okay, so now that you've seen the haul, I just wanted to share some of the projects that I worked on. So with the farm animals and the stencil, I came up with, this is my first card, I would say. So this card used texture paste and to come up with stencil paste on the stencil using a re-inker to color the texture paste. So if you can see this, you see that there's a lot of texture on the surface there. I didn't smooth it out as much as I could have because I kind of liked the texture look. In addition to that, I used the farm animals stamp set, colored them in with my Copics, and then used the die set that I also purchased with that set in order to cut out the animals. If you'll also notice, they're pretty thick. Don't know if you can see that in the camera, but I cut out the dies several times in order to get some thickness onto the animals. And then I glued all the different layers together, and then I used glossy accents on the eyes and the balloon. In addition to that, and I used some Copics along the bottom here and some Distress inks along the top just to give it a little bit of a blue sky look. In addition to that, I made an envelope that uses the same color theme as the animals to kind of specialize the envelope and make it a little bit more fun. And to make this envelope, I used my We Are Memory Keepers envelope scoreboard. Another card that I made is this one. So this one also uses the extra large dots circle stencil, but instead of coloring using a texture paste, this time I used Distress ink. Can't remember which color at the moment though. And then I used some water, I sprinkled some water drops, so I don't know if you can see them, but there's a few here and there to kind of activate the Distress ink. Then I just backed up my image that I had stamped and colored in with Copics and added a few sequins and some glossy accents on the balloon. The next card I put together, again, I actually combined the farm animals with the, I believe these were lawn fawn, I guess I should have rewatched the haul, images to make a little row of cartoon characters. I created my own masks for these two animals, just using some painter's tape and a lot of patience to cut them out. And I created my little banner as these two already came together as a set. So colored them in with my Copics again. I then did some glossy accents on the red balloon and the cat's hat. And then for my congratulations banner, I used my Copic marker, one of the Copic markers in the balloon, to just color out a line on a piece of paper, and then I die cut that paper. And then, if you'll notice, this also has texture to it. I die cut several layers of the banner in order to get that popped up texture that you can kind of see on the card. And then I also made an envelope for this card. I didn't follow the same color theme as the card itself, but it uses two of the characters and their balloon, and then I just put a black strip of paper along the bottom. Just something, again, fun to add to the card. I also use this extra large dot stencil again. This time I used it with red cardstock, and then I used a normal, I think this was a Avery Elle's red ink. I can't remember which color it is. And I just used my Distress tool to color in the tone-on-tone look that you see here. So these actually aren't two reds from the same product line. They just happen to be two similar shades of red, and you still get that tone-on-tone effect. Again, I used my farm animals stamp set, the birthday hogs and kisses, glossy accents on the balloon and the hat, and I used Copics obviously to color it in. And then I backed it and put on a card base. So that's a straightforward, simple card that's very cute. For this card, I wanted to try a few different techniques. I wanted to die cut in like an ombre effect using the Happy die set, and then inlay it into a piece of cardstock, and then have my birthday at the bottom. So I used some papers from older paper packs to come up with this and put a line through it, and I embossed the top half using a Cuttlebug circle embossing folder. And yeah, just a simple card, rounded the corners, and that's the card. Something else that I used, I again used these are paper Smooches, not Long Fun, die sets. Not die sets, stamp set. So I stamped them down, colored them with my Copics, and then I used the Simon Says Stamp Happy stamp set to come up with my Happy, and then the birthday is the die set that you see in the haul. And then I again used the technique of stamping it out several different times in order to get thickness to it and gluing all the layers together. And I used my Copics again to color the birthday so that it would incorporate one of the colors that I used in the bunny rabbit, and stamp that together. For the bottom here, I created my own pattern paper, I would say, by using the dot stencil in a similar fashion to the previous card, which involved using distressed ink. So I used peacock feathers on just a random blue cardstock. Then with my distress tool, I went down with that. Then I used a white gel pen, slightly off-skewed the stencil, and put in these white lines. And then the last thing that I did was I put down the stencil again and smushed my Versamark ink over top of it, and then used clear embossing powder on the circles. So you can kind of see that they have a glossy appearance to them. And yeah, that's how I created that pattern paper that I put along the bottom here. And it kind of matches with the balloon up here. So I thought it was a cute look, and all that's on my card base, rounded the corners. This card, and this is my last card and envelope to share, uses the paper from the paper pack that I believe is in the haul, or maybe it's in a previous haul. And it uses a paper in that pack that I probably would never use. I was trying to stretch myself a little bit and pick a piece of paper that I would never use to do anything and try and do something with it. So florals are something I tend to stay away from because I'm more of a geometric patterns type of person, but I came up with something that I actually really liked. So this was a card that stretched me a little bit. So I used the floral in a segment here. I have an old stamp set that had two hearts together, stamped those down, and then I created the birthday using the die cut again. And then I used the glossy accents, but the colored version. So it's called Enamel, I believe. And I coated the letters with that glossy accents. I also coated this chipboard heart. You can see it's a chipboard heart with that same black glossy accents. I used some sequins, and then I used the signature Happy in the Happy Simon Says stamp. And I used paper Smooches, I believe, border stamp set along the back here. I could be completely wrong about who makes the stamp set. And I made a custom envelope for this one as well. The envelope has the same floral pattern paper on it, so it matches really nicely with the white and black border outline. And so that's my card share that goes along with my haul. So you'll see a lot of the products that I mentioned in the haul I used and found different new and creative ways to incorporate them into a few different cards. So have a great Saturday, and thanks for watching. Bye.